All right, we're going to look at one more lighting effect that we can use. So we're going to add a layer, and then I'm going to grab the ellipse tool once again, and I'm just going to create a ball of light, for lack of a better term. That's not really where I want it. Let's go. I want it to be just like a little bit over what we already have. So I'm going to go probably go with like a ball of light right here. Go ahead, edit, fill. I'm going to go ahead and make sure we have solid white. Okay, now we have a ball of white light. Obviously it does not work like this. So we're going to come up here to filter. We're going to go to blur, and we're going to add a Gaussian blur to it. And what this is going to allow me to do is, again, kind of just play with the amount of the blur I want in my pixels to the point where it can be very, very subtle. So if I hit OK like that, and then take a look at that, you can take this now and you can go ahead and you can start to do the same thing with layer opacity. You can kind of notice how we have that circular effect. If this is something that you want to add in, you can make it very, very subtle. And a way to make it even more subtle, let's go ahead and just delete that layer. Create a new layer. Go back up here. Let's just create a really big ball of light here. That's going to encompass the range of the whole thing. We'll go edit, fill, color, should be white. Go to filter, to Gaussian blur. Take the pixels all the way up. Deselect. And then what you can do now is you can bring that down a little bit to add a secondary layer of light to it. Control it where it's not overpowering it. You can see here, if you want to get rid of these lines, you can again go back to our eraser and then just kind of use that to blur that in. You'll lose those lines. Come down here, select our logo layer again, come up to the last lighted layer, hit delete, we'll get rid of any excess material. And so now you've added another layer of light, if you like it. That gives it just a little bit of controlled glow coming out of the center. I, for one, think that's a little too much. I'm going to take it down to about a 15. In that neighborhood. And then, so you can see it just adds a little bit of highlights to go with the blacks. And there you've created a really nice logo. Again, we have our balance, we have our contrast, there's difference, we have our harmony, we have our rhythm, we have all of the elements that we talked about in our elements of design present in this logo. It's very abstract. This is supposed to be an O, this is supposed to be an H. Again, it's designed so much like an Under Armour or some more abstract things where they're playing with a font to create a logo out of it, but I wanted to do something that was a little bit more abstract using the concepts of elements of design. And so all we have left to do is turn this thing into 3D, and then you have completed your production logo. Hopefully yours has balance, symmetry, harmony, contrast, and all the things we talked about.